If I told you right now that the very thing sitting quietly in your freezer could be making you feel older than you should, would you believe me? Well, stick around, because today, I'm revealing the 4 frozen foods that could be speeding up the aging process after 60, and the 4 freezer staples that could actually support your body, energy, and long-term health in ways you probably never imagined. And I'm willing to bet that number 3 on the avoid list is sitting in your freezer right now. Don't worry, I've also got 4 powerful alternatives you can swap in immediately to help you age gracefully and feel stronger. Welcome back to Senior Wellness, everyone. I'm DRGR. James Hartwell, your guide to living powerfully well past 60. If you're new here, I've spent more than 30 years helping mature adults understand the real science behind nutrition, without confusing rules or trends that don't apply to aging bodies. It's been my mission to help people thrive, not just survive, in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. And if you've ever picked up a nutrition book or watched a food documentary that left you feeling more confused than confident, you're in the right place. Today's conversation is so important because what you're putting in your freezer might be helping or sabotaging your health in ways that don't show up right away. And if you've ever felt tired, foggy, or just not like yourself after eating what you thought was a simple frozen meal, you're going to want to listen to every bit of this. In the next half hour, I'll walk you through the 4 frozen foods that people over 60 should seriously reconsider. These foods might have been easy go-tos in your 3 zeros or 4 zeros, but over time they can do real harm to your energy, your heart, your brain, and even your independence. But don't worry, I never leave you without solutions. After that, I'll reveal 4 superstar frozen foods that people over 60 should embrace, not avoid, because they can fuel strength, support brain health, protect your sleep, and help you feel lighter and more in control of your body. And I'll share exactly how to use them in delicious, simple meals that don't require fancy cooking skills. Before we get into what to avoid and what to eat more often, let's set the stage with something essential. Your body is not the same after 60 as it was in your 3 zeros. That's not bad, it's just the truth. And understanding your changing body is the key to making choices that nourish and protect you. Your metabolism naturally slows down with age, by about 2 or 3% every decade after your 2 zeros. That means you're burning fewer calories doing the same things you always did. But here's the twist. Your need for nutrients doesn't slow down. In fact, you need more nutrient-packed foods than ever before to support your immune system, protect muscle mass, maintain brain function, and keep your bones strong. After 60, your stomach acid decreases, which makes it harder to absorb things like calcium, bone 2, and iron, nutrients essential for bone strength, brain. Your taste buds also change. Things might not taste as exciting as they used to, so sugary or salty foods seem more appealing. That's how these comfort frozen foods sneak into your grocery cart. But comfort now might mean discomfort later. One more thing, we lose muscle mass faster after 60, especially if we're not active. Muscle isn't just about strength, it's about metabolism, stability, balance, and even emotional well-being. More muscle equals more energy. Less muscle equals more injuries and slower recovery. So everything I'm sharing with you today is built around this. How can your freezer help you stay stronger, more energized, less inflamed, and more confident? Let's get into it. Let's start with a food that I know will hit home for a lot of people: frozen pizza. I get it. It's easy. It tastes good. And it always seems like a harmless solution to a lazy dinner night. But the truth is, frozen pizza is one of the worst foods for people over 60. Why? Because it's incredibly high in sodium, often over 800 milligrams per serving. And let's be honest, almost nobody stops at just one serving. After 60, your kidneys aren't as efficient at clearing out excess salt. That means sodium stays in your system longer, raises your blood pressure more easily, and makes your heart work harder. And this isn't just about heart health. Too much sodium can leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, foggy, and dehydrated. Not a great way to enjoy your retirement. Then there's the crust. It's usually made from refined white flour, which turns into sugar quickly in your body. That spike and crash in blood sugar feels more intense as you get older because your insulin sensitivity decreases. Those energy dips, sleepy afternoons, those aren't just normal aging, they're your body struggling with poor fuel. And don't get me started on the toppings. The processed meats like pepperoni and sausage are packed with chemicals that your body can't detox as easily anymore. On top of that, pizza typically offers barely any protein compared to the number of calories you're eating, which means your muscles get no help and your metabolism slows down even more. And inflammation. The oils in pizza can worsen joint pain and stiffness, something most people chalk up to getting older, when really, it's what they're eating. Frozen pizza may feel like a comforting choice, but for your body, it's anything but comforting. The next food on the avoid list: frozen breakfast pastries. Whether it's toaster strudels, waffles soaked in syrup, breakfast pies, or sugary burritos, these are foods marketed as breakfast, but in reality, they're desserts. Breakfast matters more after 60 than it ever did before. It's how you set the tone for your blood sugar, your energy, and your hunger patterns all day. And starting with a bunch of sugar and refined flour, that's a disaster waiting to happen. These pastries hit your bloodstream fast and hard, causing a giant spike in blood sugar, with no fiber, no protein, no nutrients to balance it out. That spike may feel good for a while, but the crash that follows leaves you craving more sugar, struggling to concentrate, and tired before the day even starts. You'll find 15 to 25 grams of sugar in a single pastry. And again, that's just the serving size. But here's the twist. Sugar doesn't satisfy hunger. It triggers more cravings and slows down fat metabolism, which is why belly fat becomes so stubborn in later years. Some of these pastries also contain industrial oils and artificial flavors that can contribute to brain fog, mood swings, and inflammation. The sad part: these foods don't nourish anything your body actually needs, especially now that every bite matters more than ever. If your first meal of the day has no fiber, no protein, and no real nutrition, you're setting yourself up for an entire day of low energy and poor appetite control. Instead of thinking, it's just a little breakfast, think, is this helping my body or working against it? Because after 60, every calorie counts. Now, this next category really deserves your attention: frozen fried foods. These are the chicken nuggets, fish sticks, French fries, onion rings, breaded cheese sticks, all those crispy snacks that seem harmless. The truth is, these foods create a perfect storm in your body, and they are one of the biggest culprits behind inflammation, joint pain, and energy crashes. Chefs and factories often fry these foods using cheap oils that are heated over and over. These oils turn into inflammatory compounds that your body just isn't equipped to handle anymore. And when you heat them again in your oven or microwave, you're doubling down on those toxins. These compounds damage proteins, stiffen arteries, and inflame joints. If you've ever eaten fried foods and then felt achy or stiff the next day, now you know why. The breading is usually made from refined flour and preservatives, which spike your blood sugar and offer zero benefit. And because they're so calorie-dense and low in fiber, they leave you hungry even after eating hundreds of calories. Plus, these foods usually contain alarming amounts of sodium. One small frozen meal can push you over your entire daily sodium limit without even feeling full. The truth is, if you're over 60 and dealing with chronic inflammation, aches, high blood pressure, or weight gain, frozen fried foods are stealing your energy and health without you even knowing it. The fourth food you should seriously reconsider keeping in your freezer is frozen desserts. Think ice cream, frozen pies, ice pops, all those treats we turn to for comfort. Look, I'm not here to take dessert away forever. But regular consumption of frozen desserts is one of the most common reasons people struggle with cravings, inflammation, and even mood changes after 60. A single serving of premium ice cream can have 20 to 30 grams of sugar, before we add toppings or go back for seconds. That much sugar triggers inflammation in the brain and body, affecting mood, sleep, memory, and metabolism. And most frozen desserts contain additives and stabilizers that disrupt your gut health. After 60, digestion becomes more sensitive, and the gut is closely connected to everything from immunity to mood to cognitive. If you're dealing with bloating, irregularity, or trouble sleeping, you might want to look at your dessert habits. And let's not forget, frozen sweets mess with your appetite. They trigger cravings, make you less sensitive to sweet tastes, and encourage overeating. So while it feels like you're treating yourself, you're actually training your body to crave more sugar every day.
But now for the exciting part, let me share the 4 frozen foods that I wish every person over 60 had in their freezer. These are foods that support your brain, protect your heart, and help you keep muscle and strength, not lose them. They're convenient and versatile, and once you experience how good they make you feel, you won't even think twice about those unhealthy options anymore. Let's start with the number 1 frozen food I wish every older adult used regularly: frozen wild-caught fish. If you've been feeling stiff, tired, or mentally foggy, this might be the missing link. Frozen fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are packed with omega-3 fatty acids that support brain function, heart health, and reduce inflammation naturally. These healthy fats are essential for memory and joint comfort, and they're harder to get from diet alone as we age. The best part: frozen fish is just as nutritious as fresh fish, sometimes even more so. It's frozen right after being caught, which seals in nutrients that fresh fish lose as they sit at the market. You don't even need to thaw it before cooking. Pop it in the oven and you've got a delicious protein-rich meal in less than 20 minutes. It's also full of high-quality protein, which your body needs more of after 60 to maintain muscle and support immunity. One serving gives you 20-25 grams of protein, plus vitamin D, which many seniors are deficient in. This single food can make a huge difference in how you feel, inside and out. Number 2, frozen berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. These are nature's anti-aging gems. Frozen berries are picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, locking in antioxidants that protect your brain and help fight inflammation. Fresh berries from the store are often picked before they're ripe and can sit around for days, losing nutrients. But frozen berries, they're bursting with vitamins, fiber, and natural sweetness that satisfies cravings without the sugar crash. These berries contain compounds that support memory and improve blood flow to the brain. They also help reduce inflammation throughout the body, and that means less pain and better mobility. Whether tossed into smoothies, defrosted over oatmeal, or eaten straight from the bag on a hot day, they're a delicious, powerful choice you can feel good about. And if you're worried about sugar, don't be. The natural sugars in berries are balanced by fiber, so they won't spike your blood sugar the way desserts do. Just half a cup goes a long way. The third frozen food every person over 60 should embrace is frozen vegetables. Yes, they've been around forever, but the truth most people don't know is that frozen vegetables are often more nutritious than fresh. Why? Because they're picked at peak freshness and frozen immediately, versus sitting in your fridge for a week losing nutrients. They're also incredibly convenient and economical. You don't have to wash, chop, and prep. They're ready when you are. If you're struggling to get enough vegetables every day, this is your solution. And vegetables are non-negotiable after 60. The fiber protects your digestion, the antioxidants support your immune system, and the vitamins and minerals keep your brain sharp and bones strong. Look for options without added sauces or sodium, just the vegetables themselves. Broccoli, spinach, peas, cauliflower, green beans, they're all excellent options, especially when combined with healthy fats and proteins. Add them to eggs, soups, rice bowls, or simply steam with a little olive oil and herbs. Finally, number 4, the most underrated freezer superfood: frozen bone broth. This might surprise you, but bone broth is like liquid gold for your joints, muscles, skin, and gut. It's rich in collagen, an essential protein your body naturally makes less of as you age. Collagen supports everything from skin elasticity to joint lubrication to gut health. Frozen bone broth is easier to store and often higher quality than shelf-stable options. Look for versions made from grass, fed, or pasture, raised bones, simmered long enough to extract all the nutrients. You can drink it as a warm snack, add it to soups or stews, or use it to cook grains for extra depth and nutrition. It's soothing, healing, and nourishing on every level, and especially important if you wake up with stiffness or feel like your skin is thinning. Collagen and amino acids in bone broth support better sleep, stronger bones, and digestive comfort, all things we start needing help with as we get older. Now that you know the 4 frozen foods to avoid and the 4 to embrace, here's where real change happens. Don't overhaul your entire freezer in a day. Start small. This week, swap out frozen pizza for a bag of wild-caught salmon. Replace those breakfast pastries with berries and Greek yogurt. Little by little, your freezer will become a toolkit, not a trap. And the best part, your body will respond quickly. You'll have clearer energy, less stiffness, better sleep, and even a better mood. Let me leave you with this: aging is not about giving up your favorite foods or living like a monk. It's about making smarter, simpler choices that pay off in energy, strength, confidence, and freedom. The food you store in your freezer can either drag you down or help you rise into the strongest chapter of your life. No matter where you are today, it's never too late to make a change, and I believe in you. If this episode opened your eyes or gave you even one new insight, let me know by tapping that like button and subscribing for more wisdom designed specifically for seniors. Leave a comment and tell me, what frozen food surprised you the most? Do you already love any of the power foods I mentioned, or are you ready to try something new this week? Your stories inspire me, and this community grows stronger with every shared experience. Remember, your future health starts with the choices you make today, and your freezer, believe it or not, is one of the most powerful places to start. You've got this, and I'm with you every step of the way. Here's to wiser choices and a healthier, more energetic you.